gave to thee thy shadowy hair, the starshine brightens in thine eyes. The languid sweetness of the dusk pervades thy soft replies. The mystery of summer night is in thy lightest action shown, hinting of sweet and subtle things known but to thee alone. Thine arms are as a longed for rest, coming when day is done, to lie at peace upon thy breast, his shadow after sun.
Upon our eyelids, dear, the dew will lie, and on the roughened meshes of our hair, while little feet make bold to scurry by, and half-notes shrilly cut the quickened air. Our clean, hard bodies, on the clean, hard ground, will vaguely feel that they are full of power, and they will stir and stretch and look around, loving the early, chill, half-lighted hour. Loving the voices in the shadowed trees, loving the feet that stir the blossoming grass. Oh, always we have known such things as these, and knowing, can we love and let them pass?
When the sunbeams of joy gild the morn of our days, and the soft heart is warmed both with hope and with praise, new pleasures, new prospects still burst on the view, and the phantom of bliss in our walks we pursue. What though tangled in brakes, or withheld by the thorn? Such sorrows of youth are but pearls of the morn. As they gem the light leaf in the fervour of day, the warmth of the season dissolves them away. In the noontide of life, though not robbed of their fire, the warm wishes abate, and the spirits retire. Thus pictures less glowing give equal delight, when reason just tints them with shades of the night. Reflection's slow shadow steals down the gay hill, though as yet you may shun the soft shade as you will, and on hope fix your eye, till the brightness, so clear, shall hang on its lid a dim trembling tear. Next, the shades of mild evening close gently around, and lengthened reflection must stalk o'er the ground. Through her lantern of magic, past pleasures are seen, and we then only know what our daydreams have been. On the painted illusion we gaze while we can, though we often exclaim, "What a bauble is man! In youth but a gewgaw, in age but a toy, the same empty trifle as man and as boy."
It is not the lark's clear tone, cleaving the morning air with a soaring cry, nor the nightingale's dulcet melody, all the balmy night, not these alone make the sweet sounds of summer, but the drone of beetle and bee, the murmurous hum of the fly, and the chirp of the cricket hidden out of sight. These help to make the summer. Not roses redly blown, nor golden lilies lighting the dusky meads, nor proud imperial pansies, nor queen cups quaint and rare, not these alone make the sweet sights of summer, but the countless forest leaves, the myriad wayside weeds, and slender grasses springing up everywhere. These help to make the summer. One heaven bends above, the lowliest head oft times has sweetest rest. Oh, a songbird in the pine, and bee in the ivy low, is the same love. It is all God's summer. Well pleased is He if we patiently do our best. So hum, little bee, and low green grasses grow. You help to make the summer.
I am the month when roses bloom brightest o'er the glade. I am the month when marriages most happily are made. Mine is the time of foliage, when hills and valleys teem with buds and vines sweet-scented, all clothed in glowing green. My nights are bright and starry, my days are long and clear, and truly I'm the fairest of all months in the year. With night dews gently falling, with bees upon the wing, and tiny rills soft rippling amid the valleys sing. The farmer with his ploughshare, swift turning up the sod, his brawny arms at labour, his soul with nature's God. The lark with sweetest carol doth greet the rising sun. The mock bird at the even, loud whistles day is done. Oh, I'm the month of beauty, the summer's crown I claim. Now, whisper to me softly, and tell me what's my name.
Break not my loneliness, O wanderer. There's nothing sweet but melancholy here. Mid these dim walks and grassy winds are seen no gaudy flowers undarkening the green. No wanton bird chirrups from tree to tree, not a disturber of the woods but me. Scarce in a summer doth a wild bee come to wake my sylvan echo with his hum. But for my weeping lullaby I have the everlasting cadence of the wave that falls in little breakers on the shore, and rather seems to strive to roar than roar. Light Zephyr, too, spreads out his silver wings on each green leaf, and in a whisper sings his love to every blossom in her ear, too low, too soft, too sweet for me to hear. The soul of peace breathes a wide calm around, and hallows for her shrine this sacred spot of ground. Her bird am I, and rule the shade for her, a timid guard and trembling minister. My cradling palace hung amid the leaves of a wide swaying beech. A woodbine weaves fine spinster of the groves. My canopy of purpling trellis and embroidery. My pendant chair, lined with the velvet green that nature clothes her russet children in. Moss of the silkiest thread. This is my throne. Here I do sit, queen of the woods, alone. And as the winds come swooning through the trees, I join my murmurs to their melodies, murmurs of joy, for I am pleased to find no visitors more constant than the wind. My heart beats high at every step you come near the bosom of my woodland home, and blame me not if when you turn away I wish that to some other scenes you'd stray, some brighter, lovelier scenes. These are too sad, too still, and deepen into deeper shade. See, the gay hillocks on the neighbouring shore, nodding their tufted crowns, invite the oar. The daisy winks, and the pale cowslip throws her jealous looks askant. Red burns the rose. Spare hawthorn all her glittering wealth displays. Stars, blossoms, buds, and hangs them in the blaze. To lure thine eye, the slope as fresh and sweet spreads her lush carpet to entice thy feet. Here are but weeds, and a few sorry gems scattered upon the straggling woodbine stems, hoar trees and withered fern. Ah, stranger, go! I would not stay to make thee tremble so, were I a man, and thou a little dove. I would at thy least prayer at once remove. Then, stranger, turn, and shouldst thou hear me coo, from this deep-bosomed wood a hoarse adieu. This secret satisfaction of my mind, that thou art gone, and I am left behind. Smile thou, and say farewell. The bird of peace, hope, innocence, and love and loveliness. Thy sweet Egerius bird of birds doth pray by the name best beloved. Thou'lt wend thy way, in pity of her pain. Though I know well thou wouldst not harm me, I must tremble still. My heart's the home of fear. Ah, turn thee then, and leave me to my loneliness again.
All that I am is thine, my body, my heart, my soul. Thou fillest my life as wine filleth a white glass bowl, colourless, cold and thin, but for the wine therein. Can I say more to thee? Nay, there is naught to be said. Thine am I, living or dead. Thou art the all for me. Take but thy love away, I am but dead cold clay. Fear not my love binds thee. What is the earth to the sun? Is it his care that the sea lies dark when the day is done? Leave me, thou art most free. What is my love to thee?
Ere the Muses transatlantic, pale of face and blue of eye, found the wilderness romantic, 'neath the occidental sky, think not then was here no worship of the beautiful and grand. Think not nature had no wooers in the wild Hesperian land. Posy, a Greek maiden, wild-eyed, black-haired, haunted here, singing of the Indian Aden, southwest of this mortal sphere, singing of the good Great Spirit, who is in and over all, singing sweetly every river, mountain, wood, and waterfall. And this dark Parnassian maiden sang sublimely war's wild art, sang of love and lips love-laden with the honey of the heart. But the war song's frantic music, and the death song's roundelay, and the love song's rude cantata, westward, westward die away. These will with the red tribes perish, for their language leaves nor scroll nor tradition writ to cherish such immortalness of soul. So the names that they have given to the charms of nature here, stream, cascade, lake, hill, and valley, let us fervently revere. For, though civil life effaces all else they have gloried in, yet this poetry of places will remind us they have been. Therefore, white man, pioneering, far and farther in the west, let the Indian names be sacred, though thou ravage all the rest. Call not cataracted rapid that has leaped its way and riven by his own name, curt and vapid, that some Saxon boor has given. But let nature keep her titles, let her name the quick cascade Minnehaha, laughing water, in the language she has made. Minnehaha, how it gushes like a flow of laughter out. Minnehaha, how it rushes downward with gleeful shout. Minnehaha, to the echoes, Minnehaha, back the same. Minnehaha, Minnehaha, live forever that sweet name.
Time once at a synod agreed to cure the abuses of love, for Cupid had wrote such a creed as none of the gods could approve. But first, with Prometheus' leave, a mortal he begged to create, for as yet not a power could achieve a conquest o'er love and o'er fate. As time in his travels had found the various specifics of earth, experience with years rolling round had given their qualities birth. This faithful associate he knew would cull every simple of use, for Galen had taught where they grew, and what the effects they produce. Thus furnished from every clime, his arduous work he began, and still, as he tried to refine, exclaimed, "What a compound is man!" Then, flushed with apparent success, he thought all the hazard was o'er, and, as he had made such a mess, 'twas needless to add any more. But alas! Though the compound was fine, one simple forever was lost. 'Twas memory, that blossom of time, so man remained dull as a post. Good from evil by chemical art, an anodyne extract may prove, but had time not left out this one part, absence ne'er had been made to cure love.
Be still. The hanging gardens were a dream that over Persian roses flew to kiss the curled lashes of Semiramis. Troy never was, nor green Scamander stream. Provence and Troubadour are merest lies. The glorious hair of Venus was a beam made within Titian's eye. The sunsets seem, the world is very old, and nothing is. Be still, thou foolish thing, thou canst not wake, nor thy tears wedge thy soldered lids apart, but patter in the darkness of thy heart. Thy brain is plagued, thou art a frighted owl, blind with the light of life thou wouldst not forsake, and error loves and nourishes thy soul.
How sweet the moon now sleeps upon yon bank, cried nature's firstborn, and delighted saw her fairy elves play many a wily prank as she sailed on majestically slow. Her pale beams tremble o'er the sleeping flower, the tall trees lengthen in the sombre gloom. Her brighter gleams now light the leafy tower, now show the Gothic arches of the dome. A wandering cloud will sometimes cross her way, her head oft bowing lets the stranger pass, while golden stars the canopy inlay, and shadowy forms fly o'er the waving grass. In solemn groves, where silver lamps late hung, the fear-struck traveller sees huge spectres rise, sees grisly ghosts and stalking phantoms come, as darkness draws the curtain of the skies. In yonder tower the meditative mind may suit the subject to the scene around, find some memento murmur in the wind, or print the smallest leaf that strews the ground.
Downhill I came, hungry and yet not starved, cold yet had heat within me that was proof against the north wind, tired yet so that sleep had seemed the sweetest thing under a roof. Then at the inn I had food, fire, and rest, knowing how hungry, cold, and tired was I. All of the night was quite barred out, except an owl's cry, a most melancholy cry shaken out long and clear upon the hill. No merry note nor cause of merriment, but one telling me plain what I escaped and others could not that night, as in I went. And salted was my food, and my repose, salted and sobered too by the bird's voice, speaking for all who lay under the stars, soldiers and poor, unable to rejoice.
Night and a starless sky, ship on wild billows tossed, with tattered sails and opening seams, and deck bestrewn with falling beams, swift plunging to her doom. Red lightnings round her flash, loud thunders crash and roar, and the noble vessel mounts the crest of the reeking waves, then sinks to rest mid carnival of woe. The petrel soars aloft, wailing her hymn of death, and the dirge-like sounds pierce the blackened sky, while the crew send forth one anguished cry, sinking to lowest depth. Some ships go out to sea that never more return, souls that from heaven in infancy come, tarnished and ruined by sin may become, like the dove to the ark they never return, but sink as ship to doom.
There are more songs in the far corners of my soul than I shall ever be able to sing. I shall go away long before they are all expressed, and they will wait for another life, for more suffering, to give them birth, another life, and many more tears, and love, to make them open their eyes to the light. It will take many lives to express all the songs I hear singing to themselves day and night.
What delightful hosts are they, life and love! Lingeringly I turn away, this late hour, yet glad enough they have not withheld from me their high hospitality. So, with face lit with delight and all gratitude, I stay yet to press their hands and say, "Thanks, so fine a time. Good night."
Oh, I have sown my love so wide that he will find it everywhere. It will awake him in the night, it will enfold him in the air. I set my shadow in his sight, and I have winged it with desire, that it may be a cloud by day, and in the night a shaft of fire.
A sonnet is a moment's monument, memorial from the soul's eternity to one dead, deathless hour. Look that it be, whether for lustral rite or dire portent, of its own arduous fullness, reverent. Carve it in ivory or in ebony, as day or night may rule, and let time see its flowering crest, impearled and orient. A sonnet is a coin, its face reveals the soul, its converse to what power 'tis due, whether for tribute to the august appeals of life, or dower in love's high retinue it serve, or, mid the dark wharf's cavernous breath, in Charon's palm it pay the toll of death.